Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. And today, we got an unboxing. We got an unboxing today. Gina wants to say hi to everybody. That's my girl. Everybody sees you. Want to come up here? Come up here? Come on out. You just want to sit right there? Okay, that's fine, sweetie. That's fine. Okay, doing the unboxing today. Well, now you want to come up on the lap. Okay, I knew she wanted to come say hi to everybody. I know. That's my sweetie. Right, get down, sweetie. Okay. And doing the unboxing today, we got the one I've been carrying around lately. It's my AD-20.5 Dimco Knives AD-20.5 that I modified with the Dimco Knives scales. These are the natural G10 scales, and I used a blacked out Oz-10. I think this is Oz-10A version of the AD-10 or the AD-20.5, and used all the black hardware. And these black pocket clips, I couldn't get one from Lynch. I kept trying to get these from Lynch, these deep carry pocket clips. So I got these off of eBay. They came from China. Got these off of eBay. They were like $7 or $8 a piece. I got 4 of them. Normally they're like $9 or something, but when you buy it, the more you buy, you get a discount on them. It's a lot cheaper than buying the Lynch ones, but these aren't as good as the Lynch pocket clips. These are titanium pocket clips also, at least that's the way they advertise them. And what I mean by they're not as good is that the retention on them is not as good. The Lynch pocket clips have better retention. These are okay if you're like me that rides motorcycles, or when I go to work I drive a car. These are okay when I'm in the car, but I wouldn't trust this pocket clip on a knife on a motorcycle. It goes in and out of your pocket really easily. If you like pocket clips that go in and out of your pocket real easily, this one will do that. Doesn't have super strong tension on it. But for a work knife, it works perfectly for me because I don't ride my motorcycle to work. I drive a car, and so when I'm in the car, it works out perfectly. Just letting you all know. But anyway, let's get busy. Let's find out what we got from eBay. Cold Steel CS-28DE quantity 1. Cold Steel AD-10 folder, 3.5 inch S35VN Tanto blade G10 handle scale, G10 handles, 28DE. Very cool. Brand new as advertised. It's really sealed. It's really sealed. It's got brand new seals on it. I'll leave the information for where I bought this from on the posting for this video in the show me more section of the video. New Cold Steel. The AD-10 Tanto. Let's take a look at it. I've been wanting one of these. Now you can see why I got my AD-10s out here. And when I think of the AD-10 and the 4 Max and the SR1 Tanto, and even these, the Scorpion locks, I think of knives that are really truly Dimco designs. And they're designed the way Dimco likes to design knives, super heavy duty and super strong. And I'm not exactly sure how strong these are, but I know this one's a super strong knife. I know this one's super strong, and I know these are super strong. here we go. Got the left side pocket clip. Let me bring you guys in a little bit closer. A little bit better. Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful knife. Centering's perfect. Y'all knew I was going to get this one. I told you I was going to get this one a while back. Whenever I got a good price for it. I paid $134 for it. It was advertised as being brand new. And it is brand new. And this is not going to be a collector. It's going in the box. It's going in the box. So we're going to leave this one out. It's got the new markings on it. Now, if they don't come out with the Mayhem, this might be my last cold steel that I get for this year. Because the only other cold steel that I want is a Mayhem now. I want to get the Mayhem. But that one's not out yet. Let's see what the blade looks like. Let's put this one away. Oh, it's nice and smooth too. Now these have aluminum liners. I've heard people say that they have steel liners. These are aluminum liners. 6061 heat treated aluminum liners. I see you, sweetie. And it's got one of the strongest triad locks out of all the knives that have triad locks from Cold Steel. And Andrew Demko always said this is one of the strongest knives he ever made was the AD-10 with a triad lock. Look at the hollow grind on that blade. It's got the traditional Cold Steel style Tanto, American Tanto, where the long cutting portion of the blade is hollow ground and the tip is chisel ground or flat ground. It's a beautiful shaping of the blade. It's nice and thick all the way to tip. I love it. Feels, oh man, in your hand, this one feels so good. This feels like a real Andrew Demko knife too. All the Cold Steel knives I always like the best are the ones with the Andrew Demko handles. Let's go compare it to the other ones. We already read the specs on it, right? So we don't have to go through the specs again. I'm just going to read the specs off the box. Steel, S35VN or CPM, it's a powdered steel. S35VN, weight 7.2 ounces. Blade length 3.5 inches. Overall length 3 3/4 inches. Handles 5 1/4 inch G10. Blade thickness 3.8 millimeters. Watch the claws there, kiddo. This was the first AD-10. Let me put this one first. This is the hollow ground. That's the first one I bought when they first came out. This was a pre-order knife. And as you can see, they're made the same way. When you buy the old Cold Steel designs, there's no doubt in my mind that you're not getting a copy of what Cold Steel used to make. You're getting what Cold Steel still makes. They're using the exact same machinery and everything. These knives are beautiful. So this one's the newest. And this one's got the saber grind. This is the kind that you can get now. This one's no longer in production, the one with the hollow grind. And the one with the saber grind, I polished the liners. So that one's a little bit different. It's been a little bit modified. Because that's the one I carried, actually. I like this one, though. I'm going to carry this one. You know, I wonder if I could swap out the parts with that one. Because if I'm not going to carry this one, I'd rather make it stock again. And carry the one with the Tanto blade. I like the one with the Tanto blade. Tanto blades are my style, people. Y'all know that. Y'all know I love Tantos. Whenever I can get a Tanto, I usually always prefer to get a Tanto. And the big Italian, the big giant AD-10, the 4 Max, with its big saber ground 20 CV blade. This is the Italian version. G10 handles. And these AD-15s, the scorpion lock knives with saber ground blades. Let's put this one over here, because these are all the same size. They all got 3.5-inch blades. And this one should go first, because this is the first model. This was the first AD-15, cold steel produced. First generation, first batch. And these came later. When they were making these, they didn't make the black version yet. And they'll put the 4-inch blades over here, the heavy duty 4 inches. This is the SR1 saber ground blade. I think these are 5 millimeters. Or 4.8 millimeters or 5 millimeters, something like that. It's the thickest blade on the table. Actually, no, I think these are the same thickness. I think they're both 4.8 millimeter. I forgot about that. The 4 Max is like 4.8 millimeter also. Same thickness as the 4 Max. So the SR1 and the 4 Max are the same thickness. And they're both for 4-inch blades. This one has titanium liners though, with I think it's a titanium backspacer too, with the stainless steel lock bar. This one has partial lines, stainless steel liners that go all the way around the pivot and all the way around the triad lot. It fully encases the pivot and the triad lot, just like the S models and the AD-20 models without the titanium handle scales. The ones with the Griv-Ex or the carbon fiber or the G10 handle scales have the partial liners just like these, where they go around the pivot and around an entire locking area. Makes for a super strong knife that's not heavy. But wait a minute, aren't we missing something here? This one belongs in here too. Yes, it does. The new Engage, 3.5-inch blade Engage with the Atlas lock. It's meant to be super strong and heavy duty also. All these have the same size blade. Different size handles, but same size blade. They're all 3.5-inch blades. I think these might be a little bit longer. These might be like a 3.6 or something. Because looking at, let's measure it out. Just make sure. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys good information. Three and three quarter, 3 3/4, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. So these are the longest ones. Let's put these ones at the top. These are all the same length. Which one's the most fun to open and close? The Engage. The Engage has a 3.8 millimeter blade stock also. Now from what I was told is that the Engage was the handle shape was taken from these knives. All these knives, if you look at them, they have the same handle shape. It's one of the things I sort of wanted to point out. And I've heard a lot of people say that they like these knives, but they don't like the Engage because the blade is too small. Okay, well, the blade's exactly the same size. It's the same thickness, too. These are all 3.8 millimeter thick. These are all, except for these two, the AD-10s and the Engage all have 3.8 millimeter thickness blades, and they all have 3.5-inch long blades. The difference is in the handle. The handle lengths on the AD-10 is longer than the Engage. The Engage has a shorter handle, but the actual grip area is about the same. These, if you look at them, it looks like the pommel or the lanyard hole is extended out beyond the handle, which should actually probably be, which makes it longer. Whereas the Engage doesn't have that. It has the pommel back over here and embedded in more into the handle instead of sticking out at the end of the pommel. That's really what the difference is. But other than that, they're like the same size. Let's weigh them out really quick. The original AD-10, hollow grind AD-10, 6.8 ounces. The new one that you can get, the saber ground AD-10, 7.0 ounces. This one's the heaviest. The new Tanto blade AD-10, 7.1 ounces. Whoa, that's nice. I wonder how they made it lighter. 7.1 ounces. That's pretty nice. And the Engage with the Atlas lock and 3.5-inch S35 VM blade, 6.5 ounces. Engage is the lightest. Let's see what the AD-15 weighs. 6.6. Okay. So that one's there. Let's see what this one weighs. The newest one that you can still get. 6.5. So the Atlas lock, Engage, and the AD-15s basically weigh the same. They have the same weight. So if you're able to carry one of these, you should be able to carry one of these. The Atlas lock Engage has the same length blade as the AD-10. If you like the length of the blade of the AD-10, well, then you should like the length of the blade of the Atlas lock. It's not a 3-inch blade knife. It's a 3.5-inch blade knife. which makes it what I would call a full-size knife. To me, a 3.5-inch blade knife or larger is that's where you get to being large knives. Going smaller than that, that's when you get into being small knives. And the way I judge a large knife is that a large knife should be able to fit my hand comfortably. This fits my hand perfectly comfortable. Super comfortable. Absolutely love it. Oh yeah, this one does feel lighter. It feels lighter when I pick it up. I wonder what makes it lighter. Huh, that's interesting. It looks exactly the same. I like the way this one feels. I think this is going to be my favorite every AD-10. And I'm definitely going to see if I can swap the scales, the liners and everything, all the polished parts onto this one. This is the one that I polished out of my AD-15. This is the one that I carried for a little bit when it was new. But you can see I polished the liners. Everything that I carry, I like to, tune it to the best of its ability. See, otherwise it comes like this one. This one I never carried. It's just been a collector. You can see it doesn't operate super smooth because it hasn't been a user. This is my new love. I love this new Atlas lock knife. The 3.5-inch one. And I saw people saying that you can make the lock disengage and close by holding onto the handle and hitting it on your palm. No. Can you make the lock disengage and close by hitting the pommel against a hard surface? No. I'm just pointing that out because there was a little bit of a discussion about it with one of my viewers. I didn't mean to scare you, Juju. I scared Juno when I banged on the table. Sorry about that, people. But this knife is a beautiful knife. And anybody that's not trying out because they think you can disengage easily, or that the lock is weak, or that the blade is too short, I don't know what to tell y'all. Or if you think that you can't operate the mid lock because it's too hard to move your finger back, you don't have to actually move your whole hand back. You just move your finger back. Let me just point that out to you. It's not a hard lock to use. Now, if this handle was smaller, like the 3-inch model, I would like to try out the 3-inch model just to see if I can operate it. I'm not really interested in carrying one. I just want to see how easy it is to operate. This one's easy to operate. But I think if the handle was smaller, it would be very hard to operate. I think this lock type and its placement will work better with bigger handles and bigger knives. I don't think you want to go smaller than this one. But this knife is awesome. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's all I got to say. Well, let's pull out all the old ones. Set these aside real quick. Because now it's all about the new ones. It's all about the GSM. What GSM is doing now. Not what Cold Steel did once upon a time. Old Cold Steel. I love you. Love you, old Cold Steel. I love all my old Cold Steels. Excellent knives. And now it's about time that we bring out the ones that are in my box now. These are the new ones for this year. And they all got the cold steel markings. Ultimate Hunter. Orange G10 handle scales. S35VN blade. I think it was a 3.5 millimeter blade, if I'm not mistaken. Recon 1. Hologram blade. S35VN. 3.5 millimeter. This one has the snaggletooth on it from Snaggletooth MF. DLC coated. It's one of my favorite knives. I carry this one a lot. But this one might be my new favorite one to carry on my triad locks. 'Cause I really love the way that this handle feels. And to me, like, to me, what's the difference between a 4-inch blade and a 3.5-inch blade? It's not really all that much. If somebody says that they can't carry a 3.5-inch blade because they only carry 4-inch blades or bigger, I don't really get that, because there's not really hardly any difference at all in range. When you look at this is a 3.5-inch blade too. This is a 4-inch blade. And line them up pivot to pivot. Now when you look at them pivot to pivot, it might be easier for you guys to see it like this. When you line up pivot to pivot, this is the 4-inch blade, this is the 3.5-inch blade. Pivot to pivot. There's really not any difference to me, not really a whole lot of difference as far as like a self-defense knife is concerned. In a self-defense situation between a 3.5-inch and a 4-inch blade. That's what I'm trying to point out. If there's a knife that you really, really like, that you think would be a perfect self-defense tool, perfect everyday carry tool, perfect knife for you to carry, perfect size and weight for you to carry. I'm not telling you what to carry. That's up to you. I'm just showing you what my choices are. The things I like to carry. But you carry whatever you want to carry. I carry what makes me feel safe and secure, what makes me feel like I got a lot of confidence in it. And I only like to carry tools that I totally trust the Loctite. If I don't totally trust the Loctite, then it's hard for me to carry it. And the only way I can do that is like if it has a big flipper where the flipper protects my hand, if the lock was to give out. But all these knives have lock types I totally trust. Totally trust. I totally trust this new Atlas lock. Just like I totally trust the new the Demco, the Shark lock. But these are my cold steels, and as you can see, they all got the new markings for this year. So you know that they're from this year. So every year I try to change up my box. Try out new knives for the next, the following year. And these are the cold steels I've been trying out that I really like. And these are all GSM cold steels, and I highly recommend every one of these knives. Every one of these knives I will highly, highly recommend. I think they're all exceptional. Now, do I like the Atlas lock more than the Shark lock? No. To me, the Shark lock is king. And I know I even said that I would rather have one of these over one of these. Well, I'm going to have to retract that. And the reason why I'm going to have to retract that is because, to me, this knife and this size of knife is only comparable to, well, let me see. It's only comparable to one of these. Now this has a 3.5-inch blade. This one's actually a touch over 3.5 inches, but the one I like to carry has a 3.5-inch blade. And this one is 6 ounces. If it's going to be on the table, we got to weigh it, huh? Six ounces exactly. And this one is, I haven't weighed this one since 3.7 ounces. So it's pretty much a stock weight. Stock weight's like 3.6. So the G10 weighs, it might be the barrel spacers that might be adding a little bit of weight. That's probably what it is, the barrel spacers. But to me, if you're going to compare this knife to something that's as a shark lock, you have to compare it to this one. Why? Because it has the same size blade. Same size blade. That's the reason why. This one is meant to be a very lightweight. You know, it's more like a what do you call it, like a Benchmade bug out type size. You know, I mean, it's meant to be a small, lightweight, easy to carry, easy to EDC, the type of knife that you carry all day long, not even know it's in your pocket. And it has a small blade for EDC, you know, cutting uses, but it also has an awesome handle that actually fits your hand. That's the reason why I like this one so much. It's more than just the fidget factor of it. I like the way the handle feels in my hand, because not that many small knives with 3-inch blades that are great for work, not as a work knife that you carry to work and you don't care about your fellow employees seeing or whatever. You don't want to get in trouble for it or whatever. You know, this is the perfect knife for that. Especially with this blade, the shark's foot blade. Because this blade doesn't say that you're trying to intimidate anybody. It's saying that you got this blade because you got it for cutting uses, for utility purposes. It looks like a utility blade to me. Even though, you could use it as a self-defense tool too if you need to. But it looks like it's meant to be a cutting tool, not a self-defense tool, not a weapon. So it flies underneath the radar. That's what I think about these. And these are the kings. Nothing's more fidgety than these. Not even the S model. The S model can't out fidget this one. The AD-20.5 is the most fidgety AD-20 series pocket knife that I've experienced so far. And the ones that are the most fidgety are the ones with the steel liners. Y'all know I've been carrying the one with the titanium liners. Absolutely love this one too. And they both can hold skip bearings. But these are some of my favorite knives, are the AD-20.5s. And the S models. Back in the day, this one and the Tau War were my two favorite knives. And I still love the Tau War in this one. I just like the way that they feel in my hand. The Recon one and the Tau War, I've been liking this model knife since, I don't know, 2010 or something like that, whenever they first came out. And before that, it was the Voyager. I just like the way these handles feel. I just always liked them. And then they came out with the Ultimate Hunter and the American Lawman, and I love those two. Then they came out with the AD-10s and the AD-15s. Now the AD-10s and AD-15s, I like the AD-10 the best. The AD-15 is okay and it's fun, it's really cool collectible, but it's not my favorite knife to manipulate and to operate or whatever. I'd rather operate a triad lock. Triad locks are cool too once you know how to use them. This one hasn't been lubed or anything yet. It's fresh out the box. And after I tune and lube it, it's going to be really smooth. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend all these knives. All these knives that you see on my table, I recommend them for utility purposes. I recommend them for self-defense purposes. I will tell you that I have faith in all these different lock types. These are, to me, some of the strongest lock types on the market right now. I know you don't see the deadbolts up here, but I'm a little bit discouraged with the deadbolts right now because I keep having pivot issues with the pivots coming loose. These knives don't have that issue. I have never worn out a triad lock. Never. And I've been fidgeting and playing with tri-locks and practicing with tri-locks and using tri-lock knives since they were first invented and available to the public. I've never worn one out. Never. I've never worn out a shark lock. And since I've been owning these things, I've been fidgeting with them nonstop. They've been like my favorite knife to carry to work. And they held up excellently too. And this one, the new Atlas lock, I've been carrying this one just about every day. But since I got this one, I've been carrying these two. I've been going back and forth between the titanium and this one. Because I really love the G10. The G10 feels, the G10 one, I like it because it's lightweight. And I just like the way the G10 looks. I like the way this natural G10 looks, especially against the black. I think it looks really nice. At first, this one had the clip point blade on it, but I decided I wanted to put the sheep's foot. I keep on a sheep's foot, shark's foot blade on it. I like the barrel spacers. Everything matches really well because all the liners and everything are all stainless steel, like the barrel spacers, and they match the lock bar and everything. So that looks really cool together. This one would probably look really cool with the stonewash blade with the stonewash hardware also. Absolutely love it. And the titanium one, this thing is beautiful. It's just, to me, it's really close to having a Demco custom. I know these are made in Taiwan. I know you don't have to tell me all that. I know all that. But they're made just like the Demco customs I always see pictured. The titanium customs. They don't have no steel liners or anything. They just have like the washers in there with the ball bearings. And this one has skiff bearings in it. The 6mm stem bearings with the 1mm thick 19 ceramic ball bearings encaged in phosphor bronze cage. That's what skiff bearings like. Awesome. Awesome. These two are probably I don't know, but I like the black one too. I like this one too with just having skip bearings in it. This is a totally stock AD-20. But this one is actually not expensive to make because the scales are $50 and the back spacers are $5 and the pocket clip was $7 or $8, something like that. So it wasn't all that expensive to make. And if you're gonna make a titanium one, I always suggest just go buy the Demco titanium one instead. It's cheaper. It's cheaper just to buy one of these. Believe me, I've been there, done that. I know. I'm telling you firsthand from experience. But also, what you really should do, if you don't want to do anything else, just get the skip bearings for they're $13 for a set of skip bearings. Get a set of skip bearings. You get them from Blade HQ or go to the skip bearing website. But this one, I can't wait to see what else they make. I would just want to keep making bigger knives. I'll make smaller knives with the Atlas lock. But back to this one. I love it. Absolutely love it, people. I think I'm done with the cold steels for this year, unless they come out with the Mayhem. And if I can get a Mayhem for a good price, I have lots of points built up at the Knife Center. So the Mayhems, even if I bought it at the regular price, it would still be a lot cheap. It'd be like half price for me, with all the points I have at the Knife Center. And that's what I'm sort of saving my points at the Knife Center for, because I know I might want to get the Mayhem, especially after having this one. Especially after having this one, I know I want a Mayhem, because this one, the quality of this one is just it's off the charts. This one's been all polished by me. It's been all tuned by me. So it's awesome. And they're quiet too. I know a lot of people get tired of all the noise, like these always made. noisy fidget knives. Triad locks are kind of noisy. The Atlas lock. See what I'm saying? You can totally sneak up on somebody with this one. No, I'm just playing. But everybody always talks about noisy locks and stuff. This one's really quiet. I really like it. I really like it. I know it's a lot like the Demko setup. It's like the Demko handled, but it's a lot like the Shark lock, only it's in a different position, all that kind of stuff. I get all that. But you know what? They did it right. They made this knife right. That's all I got to say, is that it's a really good knife. If this one was a little bit bigger, like a 4-inch blade, and had a handle like this one, it'd be perfect. I love the AD-10 handle. It's like the perfect size handle for my hand. And I like the way the grips are contoured. It's just an excellent knife. All right, I know I've been going on way too long. I'm gonna get this one out there for you guys tonight. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. My new Tanto AD-10. Finally got one. Finally got one. You know, this is gonna become the polished one. This one I'm gonna like the best. But there they are, people. There they are. Some of the knives I recommend the most. Peace out, Stiletto.